Hi everybody, it's Mr. Fisher. This video is going to show you how I got all of my costs together for the recording studio, and I'm going to maybe keep going and also look at the income part of the spreadsheet and also my costs and profits. You can come back to this, you can fast forward, pause it. I hope this is helpful, and you can always contact me at school if you want some extra help. So here we go. This is a spreadsheet. It's going to auto-calculate everything I need. You can't do this part first, so actually I can delete this right now. You actually do the funding section last. So as I scroll down, if you did the previous document 1.7, you probably have a really good idea of what you're going to need to open your business. Remember, we have fixed costs. Those are things that we buy basically one time, like machines or computers, and they last for many years. And then down here, we also have variable costs. These are going to change every month, or I should say, these are things we have to pay for every month. Off on the right, on this column G, each of these is pointing over to help you understand what are these numbers, what is the business entity, etc. I have already done most of these little things, so you need to focus on your big costs, not so much the little things. I'm going to walk through it. I hope this is helpful. This is the same thing I did in class. Remember, be patient with yourself. If you didn't do 1.7, this is even harder. So hopefully you did the previous document. First things first, fixed costs. Advertising for opening, leave it, $2,000. A basic website, that's actually a very nice website, $2,000, leave it. Brand development, leave it, $1,000. Building down payment. If you are buying a building, you should estimate about 10% of the cost of the building is going to be the down payment. So you can use that calculator to do that. I can help you if you need help in class. I am not buying a building, I'm leasing or renting a space, so I have a 0. Improvements and remodeling. My studio is in an old bank, so about $5,000 to kind of soundproof it, do all those things that make it look cool and also good to record in. That'll change for you. Business cards, just leave it, 200. Entity, that's telling New Jersey I have a business and they charge you money to have your own business. We'll learn about that later. Just leave $100. Licensing and permits, it really depends on your business. I would leave $100 and not worry about it. Now, I put a lot of my machines and equipment along with my computer stuff all in this one big number, 30,000. Make sure that you change that 30,000 down to something that makes sense for you. For me, in the studio, there's a lot of microphones and all kinds of equipment that are mixed into that number. If you want to see where I got all those numbers, look at document 1.7. Decoration, again, that's just to make it look good. If you don't have a location, you don't need decorations. Just enter zeros. Quick note, you don't want to delete a row. That would be a mistake. Just put in a 0. Nobody has a franchise, so we'll leave that as 0. Please just leave your internet phone at 120. My security deposit. If you are leasing a space, you need to give them the first month and the last month's rent. So I just took my monthly rent and doubled it. That's my security deposit. You don't have any legal fees right now. Just make it a 0. Machines and equipment. Just a reminder, I lumped in all my machines and equipment under hardware software for the computer. So you will probably have some equipment. It'd be really hard not to have any equipment. Office furniture and fixtures. Mine is a high number. Yours will probably be a lot less. I would say, please, at the minimum, have $1,000 for your operating cash. It's just having cash on hand. Point of sale is sort of like so you can process credit cards. You might need a cash register. $1,000 will get you a decent system. Insurance, just leave it at 300. Public utilities, again, if you are working out of your garage or you have a food truck or something, if you don't have a location, you can let the utilities be 0. This is the emergency money. I'd like you to leave it at 5,000. I have a studio with lots of equipment. It's a kind of place that people go to late at night. I'm going to have a nice security system. So that's these numbers. Um, Yeah, signage, if you need a nice sign outside of your business, $1,000 should get you there. I don't have inventory. Most of you do. So when you did your document, let's say you have a bicycle store and you're going to have 50 bikes in the store or 100 bikes, we need that starting inventory amount right here. So on day one, we open the door and there's the bikes. I don't have that. I'm mostly a service. Telephone, just use the 100. Tools and supplies, that might be a lot more for you. Maybe you, instead of using machines, you're seeing them as tools and supplies. As long as you're accounting for everything you need, it doesn't really matter where you put it as long as it's in here. For travel, I do have a vehicle, and vehicles are expensive. You've got gas, you've got oil, you've got tune-ups, you've got all kinds of stuff. $600 for travel. That could also actually be like hotel rooms, all kinds of stuff to deal with travel. Vehicle and truck, I'm not really sure even why I have the $450 in here, because I'm going to account for my vehicle in the monthly costs. But maybe I'm going to have some special racks or other things that go in the truck for moving equipment. That number can be changed. All right, so just fixed costs, almost $60,000. I didn't type that in. That is a function. Just a reminder, don't go through and just delete everything all at once. You're going to end up accidentally deleting the functions that are doing math for you. Moving on. My average monthly costs. Again, there are all these little reminders over here to help you. We won't all have the same things, but some of them you can just use my numbers. $200 for advertising, keep it. Business insurance, keep it. Vehicle insurance, keep the $200. Now, employee salary and commission. I'm paying one part-time person $20 an hour, so that's $1,600. I did want you to account for one person plus yourself. So that's not you. That's like one part-time employee, and they're making pretty good money, $20 an hour. I'm not renting or leasing any equipment, and I don't have raw materials. So if you have a restaurant, this is going to be all of the raw materials you need to make the food, so you have it on hand. I have someone who's building guitar pedals. This is going to be all of that stuff that they need to have to build the pedals, and that's for 1 month. A franchise, nobody has a franchise, so it's a zero. Health insurance, I want you to get health insurance for yourself. It's $100 a month. Internet connections, another $100 a month. This I covered in another video. That is me paying back this giant loan up top. So I don't even have it in this example, but that's to cover my bank loan. There's a separate video on that number. So you don't know this one yet. Legal fees, every month you're not going to need them. A merchant account fees, we're not going to worry about that either. Miscellaneous, I just put in $200. Sometimes you need things. Maybe I want to buy lunch for people. Maybe something comes up. $200 a month in extra cash. I don't have a mortgage, but you might, if you bought a building or some land, you need to go look at your document 1.7 and figure out how much are you paying every month to pay back your mortgage. I do have a lease. That's how much it is to rent my space every month. So there it is. Again, if you haven't found your location, use LoopNet. And if you are truck-based or you're working out of your garage, that could be a zero. You must pay yourself. I'm paying myself $20 an hour to work full-time at the studio. That is the owner's salary. It's critical that you pay yourself. Think of it as a cost. This is a huge mistake that real entrepreneurs make. They just assume they'll make money and they'll keep all those profits. Well, there's no guarantee. So let's just assume it's a cost. That's paying myself $3,200 a month to run my own business. Because this is high school, I'm not going to make you worry about the employment taxes. I'm not really shipping anything, but if you have a business where you're going to make something at your house and ship it, you want to figure out about how much in shipping every month. Let Google help you. Security system monthly payment, I don't have one. And then just generic supplies, $100, just use that. Telephone, $100. Travel, $100. Utilities, that's electric, gas, sewer, $100. And website hosting and maintenance, maybe $50 a month. You can reuse some of these numbers, but if you're saying to yourself, well, I have a lot more supplies, and you do the math, you figure it out, put in a real number. The closer you can get to the truth, the better. So every month, my recording studio has $9,238 in costs. That ends up being $110,000, almost $111,000 every year. The spreadsheet is doing all this math for me, so don't accidentally delete it. If you look up at the top, you'll see that it's doing the math for me. So I need $170,000 plus a little bit more to pay for the whole first year. We're going to assume that you're not going to make any money. So what we need to do is find the bank loan. Watch the next video, but basically this amount, and we want to, I'm going back up to the top. I would watch the other video, but basically that amount, 20%, I need to find 20%, and that's going to be cash that I will put in here, and I need to have cash. The bank isn't going to lend you all the money. And then that same big number, 176.21, I'm going to find 80% of it. That's going to be the amount of the loan. But how much do I have to pay back on the loan every month? Again, this is a separate video. That's this number. So to find this number, you're going to take 80% of this total cost, use this calculator that I'm clicking on to find the monthly payment for a 20-year loan at 5%. Watch the other video, talk to me in class. Moving on. Oh, I can't move on. I'm going to put the numbers in real quick. For my business, yours will be different. I'm going to have $32,000 in cash, and I'm just going to quickly do the math here. 171. These aren't exactly right, but I need these so I can move on and show you the rest. So it came out to $139,000 loan. I'm fudging these numbers a little bit just for this video. Okay, so you can see now I have a total funds of this much. And I can go do this business now for a whole year without any money coming in, which obviously we want to make money, but I should be okay for the year. Moving on, income. You know what? These videos are going to be too long, so I'm going to stop here. Next video will be about income. You got this. Take your time. Ask questions. Let Google help you. You've got to understand the money. It's so important. You can do it.